Hi. Let us find out the torque acting on a rectangular current loop which is carrying current and it is suspended in a magnetic field so that there is an angle theta between m vector and b vector. Earlier it was m and b perpendicular to each other, now there is an angle theta between m vector and the b vector. So I am taking the current this way, okay. So current is in this way means I had to curl the fingers. When I curl my fingers this way in the direction of the current, then m vector will be this way. So this will be their m vector, okay, this will be your m vector which will be perpendicular to the plane of the loop. You know that because of the right hand thumb rule. Curling fingers will give the current direction and this will be the m vector. So this is the direction of the m vector. And here there are 4 segments of the loop. There are 2 breadth sides and 2 length sides, okay. So here I am taking current this way. First breadth side I am taking, current is this way. So you know that your tip of this pencil will give the current direction. So this is the current direction. You can see here, this is the current direction, and this is your magnetic moment. You know, magnetic moment will be perpendicular to the plane, so that angle between the plane and the magnetic moment is 90 degree. So we will take a magnetic field here. This is the magnetic field, so that there is an angle. There is an angle you can see here, okay. So you can see here, this is the current element, this is the m vector, this is the b vector. M and b are having an angle theta. This angle is theta. M and b are having an angle theta. So what will be the angle between current element vector and magnetic field? This is the current element vector. Current element vector till m vector it is 90. This is theta. So what will be it? 90 plus theta, okay. Tip of IB vector, not IL vector. Why? Because breadth side. So IB vector is this way. This is the B vector, capital B magnetic field. So angle is how much? It is 90 degree plus theta, 90 plus theta, okay. So what is the force formula? ILB sin theta. Instead of length it should be breadth here. So IBB sin 90 plus theta, okay. IBB sin 90 plus theta. Why 90 plus theta? Again once more I repeat, this is the current element, that is a IB vector, and this is the magnetic field. Angle is how much? This is 90 degree, this is theta. Why? Because m vector is always perpendicular plane, so 90 degree, and this is theta. Angle between m vector and b vector is theta. So 90 plus theta. So and you know sin 90 plus theta is how much? Cos theta, okay. So sin 90 plus theta is also cos theta, sin 90 minus theta is also cos theta only, okay. So this will be getting a force IBB breadth into the magnetic field sin 90 plus theta. In effect it will be IBB cos theta. Then how to get the direction of this one? We have to use which one? You know that Fleming's left hand rule can be used only if IL vector and B vector are perpendicular to each other. But here they are not perpendicular. So we have to rely on the right hand thumb rule, because any angle we can use right hand thumb rule. So you know that you have to curl from current element to field vector. This is your current element vector, this is your field vector. So from tip of current element to the tip of the field, you have to curl this way. So when you are curling this way, which is acting, the force is acting upward, right hand thumb rule. So the force will be acting upward. It will be like this. It will be on the plane, but acting upward. It will be acting upward. Which way? Again I repeat, this is your current element vector, this is your field vector. So you have to curl this way your fingers, so it is acting upward. So on this side, any point, if you take each and every current element, force will be acting upward, okay. So and what is the value? IBB sin 180 plus theta, that is IBB cos theta. On this IBB cos theta, because this full angle is 90 plus theta, because m vector is this way, so 90 plus theta. So it is acting upward, okay. So on the plane and upward. Now let us take the opposite side, the breadth side, okay. And what is the difference here? Current comes this way, then it goes this way, and here current will be the other way, okay. But field vector we are not changing. Now look at this one. On this breadth side, current is to this side, because earlier current is here, now current naturally this way, and here field is this way only, and here also no change. Field will be parallel to here. Whatever direction inclination it was having, same inclination it will have here also. This will be a field vector. So this is your IB vector, current element vector, this is your field vector. So there is an angle between a tip to tip angle. This angle we need. How much it will be? You think about your M vector. You know that M vector will be acting 90. Yes, M vector will be perpendicular. This is your M vector. So M vector will be perpendicular to plane. M and B are having an angle, how much? Theta. This angle is theta. This is your B, this is your M. Okay, M and B are having an angle theta. We need between current element and the B vector, that is this angle we need. You know that M vector makes a total angle 90. This total angle is 90. Out of that, this is theta, this angle is theta. So the remaining angle will be 90 minus theta, tip to tip angle. That is current element tip to B vector tip. This angle will be 90 minus theta. Okay, so how much will be the force? IBB. Why B? Breadth. IBB sine 90 minus theta. Why 90 minus theta? Again I repeat, this is your M vector, this is your M vector which will be perpendicular to the plane, and this is the current direction. So they are mutually perpendicular, that the total angle is 90, and field was here also this inclination, here also same inclination. Already we said the angle between B vector and M vector is a theta. So this angle is theta. So this angle will be theta. Remaining angle, that is angle between M and B is a theta. Remaining angle will be 90 minus theta, because total angle is 90. Then how to get the direction? How will you get? You have to use again right hand thumb rule only. You have to curl from where to where? Current element to field. When you curl from current element to field, you can see it is going downward. Okay, so current element to field. This way you have to curl. Current element to field. When you curl, it is going downward. Okay, so this will be the case. This is your current element. This is your current element. This is your field having an angle 90 minus theta, because this is the M vector and B vector angle is theta. This angle is theta. M vector and B vector angle is theta. So naturally the remaining angle will be 90 minus theta. Why? Because total angle is 90. And if you curl the fingers, you can see you have to curl from where to where? Current element vector to field vector. So when I curl from current element to field vector, it is going downward. Okay, so that is a second force. So here the force is acting downward. Again IBB sine 90 minus theta. Already said sine 90 minus theta is cos theta only, so it will be acting downward. Here also it is acting upward. So now think about these two forces. What is the nature? These two forces are equal in magnitude. Both are IBB cos theta, and this is also IBB cos theta. Both are equal in magnitude, having same line of action, means on the plane and having same line of action. That is, these are equal and opposite, having same line of action. What will happen? They will cancel off. Okay, because one is upward, other is downward on the plane of loop, and they will be pulling it upward and downward with equal magnitude, and they are on the same line, so they will cancel off. So there will be no torque produced because of these two forces. This and this force, no torque. Okay. So now we have to take the other two sides. There is a little bit difficult to think about. So we are taking this side, and you remember I told here current comes this way, then it goes this way. Okay, it is going downward. Okay, so this is the current element. It will be IL vector. Why? Because this is a length side, so it will be IL vector acting downward. Okay, then how will we get the direction with the field? So that is the area which not so clear in the videos available in YouTube. So I took my own video. Okay, so if I think about a plane like this, I'm taking a plane this way. Say, you know that there are three planes, x, y, y, z, and x, z plane. All are mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay, so this plane and this plane, you know that it will be 90 to each other. Both the planes will be 90 to each other. Now, if I have here, you can see here, this is your current element vector which is lying in this plane. So how much angle this plane will make? It will make an angle of 90 degree with this one. Okay, so if you have a vector lying here, if you have a vector lying on this plane, okay, on this plane, I'm having a vector like this one vector is here. This is your field vector, for example, field vector. And you remember I told here, this is your current element vector which is acting downward. So this is the identity. So I'm just taking only current element. I cannot hold this book also. So I'm taking only the current element, and you can see this is the current element. So it will be acting downward. So this is your current element. So this is your current element which will be having an angle, how much? 90 degree with this plane. 90 degree with this plane. So any vector lying on this plane will have an angle of 90 degree with this current element. Current element is perpendicular downward, and this is the plane. Now even if I rotate this B vector, okay, this is my B vector, if I rotate this way or this way at any angle, will there be a change in the angle between current element vector and B vector? No, because it is lying on this plane, and this plane is making how much angle? It is making an angle of 90 degree with this current element vector. So even if it is this way, even if it is this way, magnetic field is this way, even then that time also it will be 90 degree between current element vector and field vector. If I rotate a little bit into this manner, because field was in that way, okay, in that time also angle between the two will be 90 only. So force will be what? Bill sine 90. Sine 90 will be 1. Okay, so that will be the force here. So this you have to be careful. I repeat once more. Here current is downward, and I am taking a plane which is perpendicular to this one, and you know that this plane will have an angle of 90 degree with the current. This is a current element, will be acting downward. So I can't hold this one, so I am taking only the current element here. This is our current element, this is the plane. This is a plane which will be held perpendicular, and in this plane I am going to have my B vector. Okay, so B vector, if it is this way or in 360 degree, even if I rotate in 360 degree this B vector, it is lying on the plane only. It is lying on the plane only. So that since it is lying on the plane is making an angle of 90 degree with this current element. Both the angle between current element vector and field vector will be 90 only. So if I hold this way, okay, if I hold this way B vector, or if I tilt it this way a little bit or to this side also, it will be 90 only. That is why Bill sine 90. Okay, now how to get the direction? How will you get the direction? First I will use a Fleming's left hand rule, because both are perpendicular. We saw that IL vector and B vector are perpendicular to each other, so we can go for a Fleming's left hand rule. Earlier we used only right hand thumb rule because angle was not 90. Okay, it was 90 minus theta or 90 plus theta, but here we can use a Fleming's left hand rule. Then how can we make use of that one? Just see this. See, you know that FBI, yes, FBI. Okay, that is what the force, for thumb force, field, forefinger field, and this is current. So current is downward. Okay, current is downward, and if field is this way, actually field is little tilted. If field is this way, force will be towards this side. Towards this side is okay. So that means this is your current. If this is your field, if this is your field, both are perpendicular to each other, then this will be a force. Force will be to the side. But we know that the field is not exactly this way, it is tilted this way, little bit tilted. So what should happen? Earlier when the field was here, okay, when the field was here, force is like this. But here field is tilted this way, so correspondingly from here it should also tilt, because angle between all three should be 90 to each other. Okay, so field is tilted. Remember that one, that be careful. Okay, this is current, no confusion. Current has no confusion. Okay, current is this way, downward only. If field is this way, then this will be your force direction. Yes, why? Because FBI, I just use it. This is a current, this is the field, so this will be the force. So current, field, and this will be your force. Okay, and what is the angle between the two? It should be 90. This is 2 are 90, this 2 are 90, this 2 are 90. All three, current element, field, and force, all three are 90 to each other. But we know that field is not like this, it is little tilted. Okay, so instead of this one, field is little tilted. So field is tilted means correspondingly this should also should tilt. Why? Because angle should be 90. Okay, so this will be the force. It will be on the plane and outward. Okay, on the plane, okay, sorry, not on the plane, it will be outward of the plane, like this it will be acting. This will be the force on this side. Now coming to the other side, this side, again the condition is not changing. What is the only difference? Here current is downward. What will happen here? Here current will be upward. Okay, current will be acting upward. Here the current downward, here current upward. Okay, so this will be the current. Again the same logic, with the same logic I am taking here. So this is the current element vector. I don't need to keep the book here, so I am keeping only the current element vector. It will be acting upward, and you know, this is the plane, okay, which will be taken perpendicular to this one, like this it is taken. You know that this is your current element, and I am taking a plane here, and in that plane, what will be the angle? Angle made by the current element and plane is made by current element and plane is a 90 degree. Now you know that B vector is on the plane. Okay, B vector is on the plane, and this is your current element. And if B vector is this way, if B vector is acting this way and current is acting upward. Now let us see, use the Fleming's left hand rule. This is the field, current is upward. Okay, field, this is a field, current is upward. So force will be to the side. Okay, this is the direction of force, Fleming's left hand rule. Field, current, so force is acting this way. That means if I use the pencils here, field, this will be the current, and then this will be a force. Okay, this is your field, this is the field, current, then this will be the force. But we know that field is not this way, but it has tilted. If this is tilting, what should happen? Instead of keeping like this should also tilt. It should come like this towards me. Okay, so there are, what this force is also build sine 90 only, there is build only, but acting towards me. So that is a one which you have to be careful. I told what the field is lying in this plane 360 degree, any angle you rotate, it will have an angle of 90 degree only with the current element, because this, it is lying on this plane. Already I discussed on the other side. So it will be 90 only. So it will be acting this way. So if it is field this way, this is the force, Fleming's left hand rule. But field has tilted, so correspondingly force also tilts. That will be towards me. So we have two forces here, Bill, here also Bill. Okay, and they have different lines of action. What is the angle? Here Bill is on from the plane, it will be outward. Okay, from the plane it will be outward, not perpendicular. Earlier, the previous derivation, it was perpendicular like this, but here it is little tilted this way. It is outward, and here Bill, but it is inward. Now top view, when from top, when you look, okay, this was your side view. Now you talk from the top view. When you from the top view, if you look, earlier in the previous derivation, top view, if this is the top view, okay, this is the top view. Okay, then in the previous case, these two forces were like this, having a what, both are like this, and breadth was the perpendicular distance, because both are, this is one and this is one, both are parallel to each other, two parallel lines. You can think about one parallel line, another parallel line here. These two are parallel lines, and the perpendicular distance is breadth. But in this case, this has tilted. Okay, this has tilted. Correspondingly, this also tilts. One is little tilted this way, the other is tilted this way. So this is tilted, and this is also tilted. So what you should do? You imagine one line. Okay, parallel to this line and this line. You think about it. These two are the parallel lines. Okay, so one line this way and another line this way. And what will be the perpendicular distance? It is this distance. If you draw a line here, that distance. So in the diagram we will see how it is coming. Okay, this distance we need. That is from the geometry of figure. I will tell you how to go for that distance. Okay, so I repeat once more. If these are the two forces like in the previous derivation, then breadth is the perpendicular distance. But these two are not the forces. It is tilted. This is tilted. This is also tilted. So since both are tilted, we need to continue with this line, and then draw a line here, normal here. That normal will be the perpendicular distance. Okay, so how to get that one will come to later on in the derivation diagram. Okay, so this is a little difficult, so that is why I went for the video.